Put the wrong one on there first. How about that? How's it going? Oof, I got a little. Put that on top of me here. Get a little halo. The sun is shining brightly where I am right now. It is absolutely brutal outside. And might be joined by our guy, Glorious. We'll see here. Let's see if he wants to join us here from overseas. I don't know. Well, we'll see if we can get him on here. Send him a little stream if he wants to get on. All right. So, crushing it once again. Picks, premium picks, everything, man. Everything dope. Everything's dope. As my man DJ Caesar says, he's right over there, just finished over there on Shade 45. How about my Manchester United team today? We're not messing around. We already got a trophy. Here you go. I'm claiming it. Where is it? There you go. Look at that. We already got a trophy. I'm claiming it. If anybody had that game today, let me know, please, because that was a good bet. I think Manchester United there, when they saw they were going to play their starters, I thought maybe that could be an interesting play today. It's something there you can't really kind of tell. You don't really know about games like that until maybe you see the lineups. I'm really big on that. You have to see the lineups first. See my baseball plays, killed it yesterday. 4-0. Absolutely dominating. Hold on one second there. Yeah, so actually, we're dominating right now. And yesterday, let's look at some of these games here. Denmark did not cover today. Oh, there's that. Some of these games here. Karabakh 5-1, sorry. Vilnius with a big win, 1-0. I talked about that was an extra time, though, so that's a loss. Sheriff with a big win. Ludogorets not playing great right now. Vikinger, this is if I'm Malmo right now, this is embarrassing. This is why, this Malmo team should be good. But I'm sticking with Sheriff. Good team there. And then, you look tomorrow, you got Sweden against Switzerland women. Be all over that. Batumi here. There's some games. French Varos, Cluj, -1.5, I think is a good play. We'll get to all these, but just wanted to kind of go over yesterday's plays. Thought we did pretty well. So, see what's going on here. All right. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell. New users, wager up to $1,500 on your first bet. If you win, congrats. If you don't, you get that amount back as a free bet to use in your next wager. You must use promo code VideoWinners15 to get that deal. Got all kinds of deals over here in the show box. Make sure you're looking in the show box over here on YouTube. because you can find a lot of deals and a lot of action here. So, all right. So we're going to look at some of these right now, see what we got going here. Here we go. I want to see what's going on tonight. I want to still look at tonight because there are some games I think. Well, there's the main game. Austin FC is tonight. I believe. Some games going on now. These are the friendlies you gotta watch. So Austin FC is, I guess, the main game here. Tomorrow night, obviously, and we went over these yesterday, so I don't want to kind of keep replaying these games. But tomorrow with the Sweden women, I want to look at these, these matches. Germany absolutely dominating Spain right now. So Sweden right now minus 590 against Switzerland, and Netherlands minus 275 against Portugal. Sweden minus 2 at plus 102, minus 1.75 at minus 130. So that would probably be my play there, the minus, and I'd probably put it in a parlay here with Netherlands. So you got, let me see what minus 1 gets you. So minus 1, Netherlands. No, might as well go minus 1.75. We're going to do that. 1.5. So minus 1. Oh, both minus 165. Minus 1 Netherlands, minus 1.5 Sweden, plus 159. I think that's a pretty good play there. So you can kind of take that. I've come around to these games here. I've come around to some of these. The women's games and some of these other games maybe that haven't been able to watch much. And I'm gonna take the show on the road here. I got some stuff going on upstairs. Gonna watch. I'm gonna take the show on the road. Right, Lukey? Take the show on the road. That's right. So we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna sit here and do it. I've come around a little bit to these games. Sometimes in the past, maybe not like I'm not. Look, here's the deal. I'm not gonna watch these games. I've been really busy. I don't have time to watch these Champions League games at the time. Like sometimes I'll watch them at night. Yeah, I'd love to watch them during the day, but it's doing so much other stuff. So, these games. I mean, if I'm going to watch a game today, it's going to be the Champions League games. Now, to be honest, I've had this discussion with people here. My guy, a couple of my people, and sometimes they'll bet these games. It's like this for NFL. They'll bet these NFL games because they're on TV, or they'll bet these college games going on TV, and they'll sit there and they'll like stress over every play. Or you're like watching the game. Now, I talked yesterday about this. When I'm watching a game, if I'm watching the Crystal Palace and Aston Villa match, I'm just sitting around on Saturday morning watching it, and hey, you know what, Crystal Palace, the tide's turning here. I'm going to bet on Crystal Palace. That's different. Like if I bet the game, Crystal Palace, like I don't have to sit there and watch it to see what's going on. I might, but like, just because you bet it, I'm actually more of a fan of betting it and just not really kind of worrying about it. If you're worried about, if you're doing parlays and if you three of the games have won, and you're like, oh, the fourth game, maybe I'll watch it because maybe I'll sit there and maybe cash out. But I'm not gonna, stop what I'm doing to sit and watch it. I just want to bet it and forget it, to be honest, a lot of these times. Once again, excuse me, with the cash out stuff now, I think, if you're paying attention now, Saturday mornings, once the Premier League, now this is, once again, different here. Saturday mornings, once the Premier League starts, Sunday afternoon and Sunday evenings when I'm sitting there watching the NFL game, and I'm saying like, okay, watching it and seeing if I should cash out, whatever it is, that's different. Well, I don't want to just sit there. Like if I bet this parlay tomorrow, Netherlands and Sweden, I don't really care. Like I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna be at work. I'm gonna be doing stuff. And I'm not going to be paying attention, and the game's going to be over, and I'll win or I'll lose. Half the time, if I'm if you're in a different state, obviously, some of you are in states where they have legalized betting, some of you aren't, so you can't really worry about this anyway. But if you're in Pennsylvania and you bet in Pennsylvania and you're over in New Jersey, excuse me, like tonight, I have to go over to New Jersey to do something at my parents' house, so I have to, I'm going to be over there. If I put this bet in on Austin FC, and not if, I already did it. So, this is what it is. Like you can't be worried about it. You can't cash out anyway. So it doesn't really matter. That's one thing I'm adamant about. I don't think you can sit here and just worry about your bets. I think sometimes what happens is Austin FC, yeah, Bill, they're so good at home. They're so good on the road. Sorry. I mean, I just don't understand these odds. Like I really just look at this. They're minus 114 now. It dropped from minus 115 to minus 150 to minus 114. That is crazy to me. I don't get it. Luke, that's crazy. I'm putting more money on it right now. I just, I don't know. And is someone missing from this game? The Verde and black. Look at those uniforms, man. Those are sick. They really are nice. Oh, I don't know about the Yeti part, but the colors are nice. I really like the color. Austin has a 100% record at home against the Dynamo in 2 games. Austin FC has scored 19 goals in 8 home games against the team Houston that sits in 20th and has allowed 25 goals. And let's see what they do on the road. 2 wins, 6 losses, 13 goals allowed in 8 games. I can't, for the life of me, I don't understand what the deal is with this game. I don't get it. I'm going to go bet some more on it right now. This line keeps coming down. It just, I mean, sometimes it's, you see, you're like, you don't even really need to do this game. that early. $57 pays 50. So 57 pays 50. Austin team total over Bill is probably 1.5. 1.5 over 1.5 is minus 132. And Houston Dynamos is plus 175. These all use the same. I don't know if you know this or not. I'll give you a little hint about some of this stuff. You know, so these a lot of these sports books use the same like lines. Like Bet Parks and Unibet are exactly the same. So it's a little it's interesting. So yeah, I just I don't get it. I had Denmark today with Austin FC and Sweden tomorrow in a parlay. So I have Austin FC in a lot of stuff. So I don't need them to win, but once again, I mean, it's just, I don't get it. So Austin FC team total is over 1.5. See what their team total over 2.5 is. Over 2.5 is plus 255. Man, that's tempting. That is tempting. We'll see. I might do that later. Does Houston score a lot? Maybe 1-0. On the road, they've scored 9 goals in 8 games. They're 2-6 on the road. They've allowed 13 goals. Austin FC's allowed 15 goals at home. So, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Austin FC does allow some goals. I mean, they do let some teams score here. So I'm just gonna probably take them over 1.5 team total and on the money line at minus 114. And just hope they keep playing the way they're playing. They're definitely right now. I mean, you definitely make the argument they're the best team in the MLS. I mean, the table doesn't lie. They are 2 points behind LAFC. They're 4 points ahead of the Red Bulls with a game in hand. I mean, this team is really, really good. I'm telling you. And see if the futures are up yet. MLS Cup. Here we go. Austin FC is plus 1,400 to win the MLS Cup. I mean, it's, you know what? I think I'm gonna put a little money on that too. I mean, it's definitely worth a little chance here. I mean, they're the second best team in the league, in theory. And the Union, these teams. I mean, this team wins games. Futures MLS Cup. Let's go, Austin FC. $25 to win 350. Let's go. All right, there you go. I got Austin FC to win it at plus 1,400. I'm gonna take it. Houston did good for the draw game. Yeah, look, I think let's see. Austin FC is 3-2 and 2-1 at home last year. Lost 3-0. So I don't know what they're saying. They never lost. Maybe they never lost at home. And so Austin FC is a new team, right? Second year. They've won 3 out of 4. They won 2-1 on the road. So I think that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I do like this game though. I just look. I mean, once again, I think baseball, whatever it is, whatever sport you're talking about. I think when you're on a run like this, you have a team that's doing this, and amazing things. I think you just got to back them until it's over, and that's basically what's going on here. I mean, you see some of these. Oh man, look at England minus 5,000. They don't even need to win that game though, so it's not even really a big deal. Asian handicap minus 3.25. Actually, just won 8-0. France might need to play well in this game. These Asian handicaps though, they're just So you put Netherlands -1, Sweden -1.5, and France -2 in there, and your parlay is plus 356. Man, we're cooking a little bit, starting to cook. And then England, I think you got to stay away from that game, but just because of I'm not sure they're going to need it, but there's a chance here. And I'm gonna put that in right now, actually. So Sweden, what is it? Sweden -1.5. So I'm gonna go Sweden -1.5, Netherlands -1. All Asian handicap, obviously. So if it pushes, you don't lose your bet. And France -2. And the reason it's -2, once again, because if it pushes, you don't lose your bet. So 356. 4% profit boost. 50 pays 185. All right. I like it. Cool. So that's right there. Man, they beat Liverpool today. Did they sit the Stars? Manchester United played a lot of their starters in the first half, and Liverpool didn't. And then Liverpool put their starters in the second half, and Manchester United put their backups in the second half, and they didn't score. So Manchester United has a trophy now. We're the champions of the what are they calling it? We are the champions of the Bangkok Century Cup, bringing a trophy back to Manchester. And look, Darwin Nunez looked pretty bad, so maybe we dodged the bullet with that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm telling you, I'm gonna pull this up here. Let me see if we can look at some futures. Everyone thinks this. Look, Manchester City is going to win the league. It's not even, it's whatever. I don't think it's going to be close. Best in London here, plus 120 Tottenham. I think those are really good odds. Anthony Alanga markets over 3.5. Man, that's pretty crazy. I don't know. That's kind of a random bet. I mean, he's pretty good, but I don't know why you're Darwin Nunez markets Under 14.5 would be my play there. I think he's going to be a little bit of a fraud. Just my opinion. I'm not biased at all because I hate Liverpool. I just think that he is going to be a little bit of a bust. Who knows? But this Tottenham team, I'm telling you, this Tottenham market to finish top 4, yes, minus 139. I think that's a very good bet. I think Tottenham finishes. I wish I could bet them to finish top 2. I think they have a chance to finish second. I think Liverpool regresses a little bit this year. It's just my opinion. I'll be interested to see what Chelsea does this year. Who they buy, what they do. They were in for Rafinha. They didn't get him. He went to Barcelona, Manchester United now. Now that Rafinha's at Barcelona, Manchester United, Frankie de Jong is probably coming in. So we'll see. But yeah, it's interesting. I think filtered by season. I think City first. This is unofficial. I'm gonna go. I mean, we're close enough now. The season starts in a couple weeks. The charity or the FA Community Shield is in 18 days. I think City 1, Spurs 2, Liverpool 3. Oh man, is Manchester United gonna finish 4th, ahead of Chelsea? Am I gonna drink the Kool-Aid? Man, that's a tough call. I may have to wait on the 4th spot until I see what both of those teams do. Top 4 plus 150. Oof, man, that's pretty good odds right there. I think I might take a chance on that. I think one, two, three, four, five, six. I think this is the top 6. The only team I think that has a chance to maybe break in is Newcastle. I still think they need to make some more signings. They're not fantastic as of yet. They could be decent. These teams, Brighton lost a lot of players. Wolves, they're just okay. They lose Ruben Neves. If Neves comes to Manchester United or something like that with De Jong or whatever, I think it's interesting. We'll see. These teams, Everton will be better. There's no way they're worse. Southampton will be better. They usually, go back and forth a little bit. Crapstonilla, as they're called in the group chat. Stevie G. We'll see about them. I think it's Crystal Palace. I like this Crystal Palace team a little bit. Let me see if I can get them to finish top 10. Look at that. Plus 250 to finish top 10. That's a really good bet. Yeah, he signed a deal, I guess. He's gonna stay. Well, we'll see. I don't know what his release clause is, but he signed. I mean, I'll be honest, he scores some goals, flat track bully a little bit, but that team's getting a little bit older, so we'll it's interesting. If Darwin Nunez is a little bit of a bust, we'll have to see, how that when you're trying to stay at the top, when these teams, it's tough, man. You can't miss a lot. You can't miss on guys, especially when you're getting older, because they have some guys coming through the academy, but nobody's really breaking in. Like Harvey Elliott was played today, but he didn't do anything. So maybe he's good, maybe he's not, but they're starting to sell some of their players. So it's interesting to see what happens there. But I do think, that Crystal Palace is an interesting play to finish in the top 10 there. I actually might put that wager in, might be my next one. So I know we looked at the Austin FC game, and yesterday, Plus Money looked at some of these games. These games are bad. NYCFC at plus 175 looks like decent value to me. I don't know if they're going to win or not on the road. They haven't been great lately. DC United with Wayne Rooney in charge, that could be interesting. So, not a lot. I mean, those games. I think the games tomorrow that I'd be looking at are these 5 Champions League games. I think there's decent value in all 5 games. You can find some. As we talked about, that Batumi team looked really good against. Look, Slovan Bratislava is a decent team, and they've been in Europe and stuff. This Dynamo Batumi team ran them off the pitch last week. It was at 0-0 though, remember. So, Bratislava just, scores a goal, 1-0, they go through. So that's why the odds are kind of like they are, I think. Bodo Glimt is very good at minus 167. I think that's a pretty good play. That was Malmo scored 2 goals here, so they're up 2-1. That was 3-0 at home. So once again, I mean, they're just a better team. It's a tough game. Ludogorets took the lead here, 1-0. That's a big win for them. If they can, they're up 3-0 there, so that tie is over. Ludogorets goes through. 2 really good ties there. Zalgiris, big win. It was an extra time, though. Lincoln Red Imps just about got back, but couldn't overturn Scoopy. So Scoopy goes on. Sheriff goes through. 22nd minute goal. The Sheriff team is dangerous, obviously. So some big games today. And tomorrow we have, and then Ferencváros. See which teams are coming in here. So second round here, you got Victoria Pilsen coming in. You got Zurich coming in. You got Dynamo Zagreb coming in. Midtjylland. You already know Midtjylland's playing AEK Larnaca. Maccabi Haifa against Olympiacos. Good teams. That Haifa team is very good. The Olympiacos team, obviously, always very good. Dynamo Kiev, very good. Fenerbahce, really tough matchup there. So you got some really good teams coming in. And then, third round, you got some more teams coming in. So it's going to be tough for these teams. If you're struggling in the first round against Tobol, Kastani, and Punic, you're probably not going to go through. Cluj probably wins this game pretty easily. It was 0-0. And Asian line here, 1.5, minus 127. Cluj probably wins it here. I think they cover the minus 1.5. But once again, if you're struggling to beat Punic in this round, the first round, you're probably not going to get through. Sometimes these teams get on a little bit of a roll, and they're playing, and it's the teams that are playing earlier maybe start better. It's a little bit, it's not a little unfair. I mean, obviously, if you're a better team, you come in, you have to win less rounds. But, these teams are playing competitive matches for 2 weeks. And then now the second round teams come in. So you're 2 weeks ahead in training. Soccer is big. I mean, if you see, when Manchester United used to come over here for these games, they would play, the first game, they would play whoever, MLS or one of these teams that have been, in the middle of the season. And it's just, it takes them a little bit. You're winded, you're gassed. These guys, at most part, they stay in shape. So, but it's different. So, Cluj, I think Cluj wins this -1.5 pretty easily. I'm not betting this game. Ferencváros, I do like. 0-0. He's probably got to take a -1.25. This is one where here, I don't know. We talked about this with plus money yesterday. You go here and kind of waver and say, if I bet $50 and it finishes 3-2, Ferencváros goes through and you lose 25 because it's 1.25. Or do you go here and just say, I'm going to go for it and get plus 110, bet $50, and you win, 55 if they win instead of, I don't know, 39 or something like that. So the plays tomorrow in these, Glimt, Ferencváros, Cluj, I think all win. Better team, home, probably a better team. Home, probably a better team. This game is all about the eye test from AM Plus Money. He says bet Batumi. He watched the game. They outplayed him for 90 minutes, even with a man down. I'm going to go with it. All right. It's the one thing I do trust these guys a little bit that watch a lot of games, between him and Dre, with MLS. Once again, I haven't been able to watch a lot of games. I've seen highlights. But last night I was watching I'm on stake.com's Twitch page watching Drake drop he lost 8 million, but he had it up to 27, so he had whatever. He was 27 million and went back down to 0. So that was a little crazy, but it's watching that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try to watch some games tonight, but I do have a couple other things going on, so we'll have to see. Other than that, there's not a lot of stuff tomorrow. I do want to look early lines. It's Tuesday. What do we usually do? We look at the ladder. Let's look at the NRL ladder real quickly. And this Panthers team. So everybody's had their bye now. Penrith is just so good. 7-0 on the road, 8-1 at home, plus 306 point difference. Here's where the battle for the cutoff is, but these teams aren't winning. No, one of these teams will win. So what we do, throwing this out. Parramatta versus New Zealand. New Zealand must be terrible. Warriors 5-11, -165. So see if you can even do this yet. You can't even move the line down a little bit. Margin betting. Parramatta by 19 is -103. That's embarrassing. So I'll wait to move this down. So Parramatta, I'll target that probably at minus. I didn't see what they did last week. Draw. Sharks beat the Storm. Wow. A little upset there. Bunnies 40-28. Parramatta 28-20. So they didn't cover. But if you pulled it down to -7.5, they did. Broncos with another win. So I would actually take Parramatta now even more. I would probably hammer them if I get it down to a certain kind of number. Sydney against St. George, where's Sydney in the table? Sydney. Oh, Roosters are way down here. Need to win. St. George. St. George is right here fighting. I don't like that. That's a little bit of a crazy line there. Manly against Newcastle. Manly Sea Eagles against Newcastle. Some weird lines. Newcastle's not very good though. 5-11, minus 165. But I don't like that game either. Brisbane Broncos against the Gold Coast Titans. I do like that game. It's a 10-6 game against a team that's in last place. 3-13. So I do like this game. Oh, that's Parramatta. I'm looking at the wrong team, by the way. The Eels are minus 380, 835. This is crazy. Penrith is playing West. So the first place team against the last place team. And it's minus 295. Okay. Just my arm. Melbourne against Canberra. Melbourne Storm coming off a loss. Canberra Raiders. So maybe take a shot here. It's minus 150. Obviously, I will move the line down. The Bulldogs aren't very good. Down here. The Bunnies are making a little run. My Bunnies. So that's plus 113. That's just a straight money line play. So plus 113. Brisbane, if you want to add Brisbane in against Gold Coast, who's in last place. Or no, where's Gold Coast? Gold Coast Titans, 15th place. So if you want to add that in, you get plus 202. That's just straight money line. Now, obviously, you can move these down. Maybe I'll move this closer to whatever, minus 3.5. Minus 3.5, you're going to get better odds. Not much better, but maybe it gets plus 300. So I think that's a good way to do it there. So that's your early NRL action. I have a WNBA play today on my premium plays. I like one of these games. Once again, I'm betting Open Championship. I am betting name and form guide. I'm not looking at anything else. Baseball. I got a lot of plays today. Some interesting games. Get close to the All-Star break. I'm looking at favorites. If you can tell by the way I wager, I look at favorites minus a certain number, maybe put them in parlays. Why do I bet favorites? Because they're a better team, right? I want to bet the better team. So basically what I'll do there. All right. So that's a look at Wednesday right here. We got all these promotions going on. $1,500 first bet. You win, congrats. If you don't, you get that amount back as a free bet to use on your next wager. You must use promo code VideoWinners15 to get the deal. We got a whole 6-7 hours of programming. Man, phone's blowing up right now. Everybody's texting me. They want to know who's the play. Who's the play today? Who's the play? I don't know. Gave out a bunch here. I told them You got to log into YouTube. You got to log into Max Wagers. There's nowhere else you can get this but Max Wagers Network. You know that, right? It's only on Max Wagers Network. You can do it on Facebook too. Log into Facebook, Max Wagers Network. Log into YouTube, Max Wagers Network. And subscribe, like, ring the bell, leave comments, follow me on my social media. Take this thing off so you can see my social media right here. The Prodigal Sean. It's right there. And we'll have a bunch of plays for you tomorrow. I think Rick is coming on. I have to text him, find out. Just every night the guy texts me and gives me 3 or 4 of these parlays to do. So maybe what we'll do is have him on and see what we have in the middle of the game there, right? In the midst of the action, and say, listen, if I was you, what should I do right now? And he's going to say, all right, do this, this, and this. Okay. Sounds good. And then Thursday, AM plus money, and Friday is going to be Dre by Kaepernick. So talking about the MLS. And then we got, it's not long here. So we have some Premier League action. This second round of the Champions League is already next week anyway. So these better games are next week and the week after that. I'll be at the beach next week, so we'll be doing all the shows from the beach. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we shall see. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.